can already tell. This is a mistake to have on football as I'm trying to record a show, right? I'm doing it live. We're doing it live. And if you're going to record a show, you probably shouldn't have on the old Michigan State game as a guy catches a bomb right as I start recording. And I'm sitting here going, let's go. Like, why the hell am I cheering for Michigan State? I don't know, Fred. I don't know. What's up, dude? Hey, new guy. I hope you found me tonight on the most chaotic night ever, right? Here I am trying to do a 7 o'clock pod. 7 o'clock stream, excuse me, because we're in the Lord's time zone, Central Standard Time Zone. I do this every Friday night at 7, even shitty Friday nights like this, where it's the first real Friday of college football, and everybody's still sweating their Friday night, and they're not even thinking about Saturday yet, but you know what? It's YouTube, and I got to be consistent. So every Friday night at 7, I do this. Come check it out. I'm also that golf guy. I'm also that NFL guy. If you like the cut of my jib, consider coming back and checking out, because I do this every Friday night, and I'm going to continue to do it, and I'm trying to grow it. My golf channel went from nothing to big time, so let's see if we can do it for college football and maybe NFL football. That'd be pretty cool. By the way, you can't help but notice there's no ads on here, and all I ask in return, 1 subscribe and 1 like. That's all I ask. That's it. That's all I got. And don't forget, I'm an independent mofo, so like every time you like and subscribe, it helps me a lot, because I don't get to fall back on my tout site or my media network or what the fuck ever. So, like, support the cause. I'd really appreciate it. That's it. I'm going to be doing Q&A over here, so get over here in this chat. If you ask questions, just make sure you put a question mark, because sometimes the chat gets a little convoluted, right? And then I have a hard time deciphering the question, so get over there in the chat. I'll answer Q&A at the end. I don't plan on these being as long as my golf streams, because fuck, there's just not as much to talk about. Like golf, a lot of dumbasses out there, so there's a lot to talk about. Okay, so with that said, let's get going. I'm not going to waste any more time other than watching the Michigan State game out of the corner of my eye. First of all, let me just put this out there. College football content kind of fucking sucks, and I really just want you to know there's 2 kinds of people. Just do me this favor. The next time you're watching college football DFS content, do me this favor. Tell me if these people, there's 3 camps that literally, I watch the content too. I want to know what's out there. I want to know the competition is. Do me this favor. Go watch and tell me if they don't fit into one of these 3 categories. Every single one of them. Group A is, hey, he's a good GPP flyer. They say that about every fucking player. Like, if every player is a good GPP flyer, how many goddamn lineups are you making? What are we doing? Stop. Not everybody can be a good GPP flyer. And then what they do is when 1 out of the 700 names they said finally hits, they take credit for it. It's ridiculous. That's guy number 1, right? That's guy number 1 of like, oh, that's what I do. Guy number 2 is guy that has really strong takes and really strong opinions. And whether he's right or wrong, they're good, solid takes built on analysis. I respect that. But then he literally plays 0 lineups. Like, he plays 0 lineups. Like, he'll play, like, when I say, like, no, he plays in the $1, no, he doesn't even do that. He plays $0 in lineups. Do you really want to be getting your advice from a guy that literally will put $0 where his mouth is? I sure as fuck don't. That's how it is. I'm sorry. If that seems stuck up, well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be that guy that could actually entertain you and knows a little bit about this shit, seeing I've been doing it for, like, 5 years now at a successful rate. I've been doing it for 7 years, only winning for 5. And then the last guy is, fuck, and this is bad. At least in the golf community, there's some really entertaining motherfathers out there, right? Shout out to my boy BK and Andy and shit. Even the big names are decently interesting in golf. But Jesus, in college football, it's like watching paint dry. So you go watch some college football DFS content, and you don't tell me that every one of those motherfather falls into one of those 3 camps. Do it. I dare you. Okay, enough shitting on people. By the way, if you're like, hey, this guy's really negative, he shits on a lot of people. No, I'm just trying to make everybody better, brother. All right, let's get going. You see this big thing over my shoulder here? That's a drawing I'm going to do at the end. Hey, new guy, am I going to do the drawing right now? No, I'm not going to do the drawing right now, because if I do it right now, your bitch ass will leave. So what I'm going to do at the end is I'm going to do a drawing for all the people that retweeted my shit or commented on my YouTube video. If you want to, hey, I want to get on that, well, just go over to Twitter and retweet my shows, or just simply leave a comment saying who you think what game or what play is the best sports betting play tomorrow, right? Like, I really love me. I hate to say this as I got my OU hat on. I got the OU hat on. I shouldn't say this, but I kind of like my Sooners to cover tomorrow. And it's never a good idea when you're betting your favorite team because, you're betting with your heart and not your brain. So leave that in the comments. That's all you got to do. Do that. You'll automatically get in next week's drawing. It's that simple. It's that simple. What do you win? You get to make a lineup with me, a free lineup in the big contest over on DraftKings. And whatever it hits, I'll split with you 50-50. And I think tomorrow, was it 100,000 or 50,000 to first? It's a lot of money. You want to be in there, brother. Okay. So that's it. Yeah. And let's see. Shit, did I not put that up? Oh, yeah. I should probably have slid this over here. I am definitely going to be streaming tomorrow the Oregon-Georgia game. So 2:30 Central Standard Time Zone, the Lord's time zone. You be here and you come watch that game with me. We're just going to be here sweating DFS lineups, sweating sports bets, and just generally talking shit. So come check that out, right? Okay, we're going to get going. A quick refresh. I'm really getting big into the college football betting. I've done it for the past 5 seasons pretty seriously, and I've been a winner 4 of those 5 seasons. Last year, I hit one of my highest clips of all time, almost 58%. And this year, we're off to a 71% start. Am I guaranteeing you I'm going to hit 71%? Well, maybe. But that's just the ranch water talking. The ranch water makes me think I can hit 80%. So here's my bets from last night. Honestly, I should be 7 for 7. Let's just put that on the record. First of all, can we just talk about what the fuck? Where is it? Oh, yeah. I had the under in the Tennessee Ball State game, right? It's 66.5, and it's at 66. And Ball State, down 49 points in the fourth quarter, decides we need a field goal here. And they kick a field goal on 4th down, you fucking losers. That's why you're Ball State. So that one didn't cover, which should have covered, but whatever, I digress. And then the other one, I really liked Purdue to cover the 3.5. I knew it would be a really tight game. Sadly, they lost by 4 instead of 3, and it was a 3.5 point spread. So that's the only 2. So hit 4 out of 6 last night. Hit 1 out of 1 with Northwestern over Nebraska. I got takes tomorrow. By the way, I put all this out over on the Discord if you're wondering. So some games. Don't forget, hop over there with the questions. Get in the questions. I'd like some Q&A at the end. It makes it more fun. Games for tomorrow. You can see there's a lot of games. Yes, there's more games than this, but this are the games that are on the DraftKings and FanDuel slate. And so, like, if I'm going to spend all my time researching those games for DFS content, that's also going to be the games I feel more comfortable betting, right? And so you can see the ones in green are what I am personally betting tomorrow. Am I telling you to bet that? No, I'm not one of those fuckers on Instagram that says, I only produce winners. No, I don't. I mean, I win more than I lose, but, like, if you at me because you lose a bet, you can fuck off because I'm not going to care. I'm 5 for 7 to start the season, so I got some white meat to play with, brother. Look at this white quarterback just taking off. I'm sorry, I'm watching Western Michigan. The Broncos. Okay, so some games I really like tomorrow, and I'm going to go over why I like. If I went over all 19 of these games, this stream would take fucking forever. So we're just going to cut straight to who I like and why. So first of all, a lot of these games are FCS versus FBS schools. If you don't know, FCS is Football Champion Series, what we used to call 1AA. Don't bet those fucking games. It's hard to even find lines for them. When you do, you're basically, betting about teams that you know nothing about. So the first game I really like tomorrow, Utah versus Florida. Florida is at home, or they're the home team. I assume it's in the swamp, and they are giving 3 points. But to be honest, I don't give a fuck. Utah is experienced. They are mean. They are nasty. They are physical, and they have a returning quarterback. I do agree that Billy Napier there in Florida is going to do well in Florida. But, man, anytime there's any uncertainty, always give me the big, mean, nasty team. And Utah, the only team out west, I will die on this hill. They're the only team out west that's mean AF. And so I really like Utah to cover 3, even in the swamp. They really impressed me in that the Fiesta Bowl against Ohio State last year. So I feel pretty good giving the 3 points there. I will be betting Utah. Should you bet them? I don't give a fuck who you bet. I'm just telling you who I'm betting, you motherfather. All right, the next one. We have Appalachian State versus North Carolina. This one, and you probably saw the line. You're like, wait, why the hell is Appalachian State favored? And the answer is simple. North Carolina lost a lot. And yes, I know they got Mac Brownedness. I'm a Mac Brown guy myself, but they lost a lot. And Appalachian State is the home team, and Appalachian State is a scrappy team. And North Carolina, when you lose a lot of big stars, there is a natural sense of entitlement from the people that have already been in the program that won't do it. So give me Appalachian State covering 2.5. That's what I got the line at, right? You might have to search around to find these numbers. Maryland versus Buffalo. I think Maryland fucking sucks. They're the most overrated program out there. The only good thing I can say about them is they rock Under Armour. Shit, you can't even see my Under Armour symbol on my shirt, so what the fuck am I trying to show you? But if there's one thing Maryland can do, they can beat the shit out of inferior opponents. And Buffalo, I mean, this ain't the Buffalo Bills. I think they're going to beat the hell out of them. That's the only thing Maryland does well, is beat inferior opponents. Give me the 20.5. They can beat these guys by 3 touchdowns. That's where I'm at. Other ones I really like. Arkansas versus Cincy. Cincinnati made the playoff last year. They are incredible. How could they ever be giving 6.5 points to a meddling SEC school? Well, let me just go ahead and tell you the answer right now. Arkansas is stacked. Arkansas is mean and nasty on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Arkansas got the perfect transfers you want at positions that they needed. Arkansas is going to establish both sides of the line of scrimmage. Cincinnati lost way too much talent. They cannot just reload. It will be a close game, but Arkansas will pull away and probably win this game by 10 points as they score a touchdown in the fourth quarter as Cincinnati's defensive line is just worn down. I feel pretty strongly, give me some Arkansas all day. Arizona versus San Diego State. This isn't so much I'm betting San Diego State because I think they're good. I really just think Arizona fucking sucks. Let me just go ahead and give away my bias. I think almost all of the Pac-10 sucks. And so if they're going to suck, I basically just make money betting against them. So, I'm going to take San Diego State, which that actually looks wrong there. I'm pretty sure San Diego State's favored by 6, so that should be +6 there. This is what happens when you have your editor put shit in. So that's the other game. So far we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games we're betting. This one's dangerous. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I may be blinded. I may be blinded by the OU love here, right? And so what I will tell you is OU is, 44? They're 31-point favorites. So, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. But what I think people are underestimating is I think OU's really going to be able to run the ball well this year. I think they're going to have a level of physicality they've been missing under the bitch Lincoln Riley. And I really think that even in the third and fourth quarter, they're going to continue to bust long rushing plays that will lead to them covering this. And I don't think they're going to give up 31 points like the old OU always gave up. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm taking OU. I think they're going to beat the brakes off of UTEP. Everything seems right there. That's what I'm doing. All right. Only 2 more games. These will be the 2 big ones tomorrow. We've got Notre Dame and Ohio State. I think Ohio State is pretty badass. I think Ohio State is another level of talent than Notre Dame. And normally when there's 2, highly ranked teams like this, you should almost always take the points. That's just a good rule because, talented teams can be competitive. But, man, I think Ohio State is another level of competitive. I think like if you took the 22 best players in this, I think Ohio State would have 20 of the 22 starters. I'm sorry, Notre Dame fans. That's my opinion. You can go bet whoever the hell you want. That's my opinion. And then lastly, man, I don't want to put this on my ticket, right? But I want you to know, I think I'm going to bet Oregon versus Georgia. Oregon has Dan Lanning, who is the old defensive coordinator at Georgia, so he's going to know just a little bit. If Oregon had a good quarterback, if they didn't have fucking Bo Nix, I'd be all about some Oregon. Georgia is going to be down this year. There's no way they can. I know they still got world-class talent, but what you can't replace is the chemistry that team had. So Georgia will be down. I think that Oregon will play this game tough. But at the same time, I also kind of think Oregon sucks. So the more I thought about it, I think both teams kind of suck. So maybe I'll just take the under. I don't hardly ever bet the under in college football because it's fucking a fool's errand, right? But I think I'm going to take the under. I think that's going to be my bet. I don't know if I want to put that one on the card, seeing I'm shooting a cool 71%, brother. So that's where we're at. That's what we're going to do, right? Those are my bets tomorrow. You ride along with them. You cannot. But whatever you do, tune in tomorrow at 2:30. Watch me. Who are we watching? Who are we watching again? We are watching the Oregon-Georgia game. And I'm going to put some money on Oregon just so I can have a rooting interest. Because you know what? College football is more fun when you got a few $1,000s rolling on it. Am I right, brother? So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Let's get to DFS because a lot of you are here for that. By the way, don't forget, go put a question. By the way, you know what? I'm doing a drawing for the people that are actually here in the chat. If you don't have a question somewhere in the chat, I'm not even going to let you be eligible for the drawing. That's the kind of fucker I am. I'm going to give you a $25 ticket or whatever it costs tomorrow. So you're already here watching. You might as well go drop a question. All right, let's see here. Contest selection tomorrow. Man, this is becoming a concerning thing about college football. The contest selection, I hope I can change this. I hope I become the voice of college football DFS. I'm not optimistic after my slow start, but, I have had some influence in the showdown game, and I hope to do this for college football because these contests fucking suck. All right, let me just tell you about last night. Last night, I had Spencer Sanders as my number 1 player. I had Plumlee as my number 2 player. So I basically had both nuts plays. I had 5 lineups in the top 100 all night long. All night long. I mean, I had so many good plays. I had a great core. Matter of fact, the guy that won $50,000 to first, I had the exact same 8 players in him. I just didn't have him in the same lineup. So what are you going to do, right? But that lets me know I had a great core. And you think, oh, I bet you killed it last night. I did 30 lineups. So what is that? I did 30 lineups times $18. So I was in for $540. And on that $540, I got back $470. So even though I smashed my core, and even though I had lots of lineups up there, because their contest structure is so fucking shitty, I literally lost $70. Now, I still won overall for the night because I had a really good cash lineup, right? My cash lineup killed it. Here's my cash lineup for last night. I had Sanders and I had Plumlee, as I told you. How you didn't play them at cash, I don't know. You're a fucking moron. I know some tout sites out there were like pumping up Hooker. Like, do people not understand this about college football? It's all about playing somebody that will push you. Hooker was in an obvious blowout situation, and there was no chance he was going to see the field in the third quarter. So if you know that and you play him in cash, you're basically just stepping on your own dick, and you don't want to do that. You got to have guys that are going to play a lot. Hooker had to be so efficient for Tennessee last night to be a good cash play that it was almost impossible. I mean, he would have had to have scored every touchdown, and 3 of them would have had to have been rushing touchdowns. He just wasn't going to get there. So that was a terrible play. So here was my cash lineup. You can see it easily cashed. That was second out of like a whole bunch of people there. That's what you do at cash. You just take the guys that are going to be in competitive games that have high upside, and you write it. Yes, last Saturday's cash was a tough scene because a couple of the big names out there basically dropped the nuts lineups. But let's face it, in a 14-game slate, that's not going to be the case. I'm telling you, you look at me in the eye right now, Fred. You look at me, new guy who just found me. Hey, by the way, fucking thanks for being here, new guy. I really appreciate it. Go drop a like and a sub. Come back next Friday. We'll do this every Friday at 7. I'll never quit. I don't care if it's just my lady and my mom watching. I don't give a fuck. So what you need to do is you need to embrace cash game at college football. It's where the money's at. Especially in a huge slate like tomorrow, there's not a lot of obvious cash plays. And if you can just play the guys that have a nice, safe floor, you'll kill it at cash game at college football. Okay? That's my diatribe. Okay, so on to tomorrow. The contest over on DraftKings fucking suck. Let me just tell you. Here is the big $200,000 one, right? $15. Which, by the way, that's what you're going to win the drawing into, but it's a free roll, so just roll with it, right? Here it is. $50,000 to first. So that's 25% to first place. Don't love that, but it's not the worst. At least it's not a third, right? But here is the great check. And I hope you watched my video, right? Did you go watch my video, the 5 reasons you suck at DFS? Because one of the reasons was contest selection. And here you go. 10th place, even 9th place, 9th and 10th place only play 1/100th of first place. Get the fuck out of here. So you're playing in a tournament with 15,000 people, and you beat 15,000 people, and you get 9th place, and you get $500. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that. That's not sustainable. I had so many lineups in the top 100 last night, and I was like, why am I breaking even? And it's because these contest structures fucking suck. They give these big top prizes, so donkeys will go chasing them thinking they're going to win, and you ain't going to win. God, it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. And then the 333, 1/3 to the top. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that. If I'm playing, let's see. Let me make sure I've got the right contest selection. 14 games. Where the hell are you at, motherfather? Did I already skip over it? Jesus. This is what happens. You get a couple ranch waters in the big guy. All right. Other ones, if you really want to know some good ones, go check out the 20 or the 20 max $4, right? See how like it's $2,500 to first, $250 to 10th. That's 1/10. That is the zone. That's where you want to be. That's a good contest. That's a great contest. $80, you can go toss 20 lineups in and have a chance to win some real money. Don't play. If you win $2,500, you're going to be fucking excited. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Okay? That is a good contest. Check out this $44, right? It's a $20,000 prize pool, $5,000 to first, But 10th place is still 200. That's 125th. That's not great, but it's a lot better than 1/100th, isn't it? And you don't have to spike the stone cold nuts. You can really just play the leverage game and go get on the best game totals, right? There's a lot of really nice tournaments. The $6, the $5, the $100 single entry, the $12 single entry. That's where you want to be playing. You take this $15 tournament and you go shove it up your ass. You don't play in it. It is horrific. And when you play in those contests, you are giving a vote to DraftKings telling them you're okay with that, and you shouldn't be okay. But here's something you're never going to actually hear me say. I think I actually prefer FanDuel tomorrow. Check out FanDuel's big $5 contest, right? So first of all, $5, right, versus $15 entry. That's a way less barrier to entry. And you can see only 20% goes to first. I like that. And then you can see it's a pretty solid prize pool. I will say 10th place is $250, which is only $180 at the first. So it is a little top heavy. But the fact that it's only $5, I mean, you can go toss 20 lineups in this and not hate yourself for it. But I do want to just take a second to point out that they're annoying, FanDuel and DraftKings, because, like, they have different slates. It's not the same slate. If you want to go play the FanDuel slate, you got to be open to playing these They got 5 games on here that aren't over on DraftKings slates. Matter of fact, I won't even get my projections and my ownership out for that until tomorrow morning. So it makes it very difficult to have useful information playing in this. But there are some decent tournaments over here. Like, check out this $33, right? This $33 single entry. Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Like, I would encourage you to play fewer lineups, play more cash, more single entry. That's the way to play college football, because college football is so random and so chaotic that if you can just make nice solid picks, like I did with my cash lineup, I clearly didn't hit the nuts last night. I hit it at the quarterback spots, but look, like I paid $8,300 for a receiver that got 13 points, right? I just had a whole bunch of solid guys, and if you just have guys that will get you to double digits, you'll cash almost all the time. Right? And the great thing about cash is you don't have to worry about chalk. You just fucking eat it right the fuck up. That's it. That's all you got to do. Don't forget, get your questions over here. We're moving on. All right, game totals. Let's get going. Games for tomorrow. Let's see. Where am I at? What the hell? What is going on? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. I've been drinking. Out here. I'm going to drink more ranch water on the air. Deal with it, new guy. All right, the key for tomorrow, new guy. I'm going to tell you how to beat college football DFS. You're probably thinking, man, this guy's entertaining, but does he know anything about DFS? Bro, I do this for a living for like 5 years. I know this shit. I'm not like the fucking neckbeards on here that like just get on and say names that they saw on the Twitters. How to win at college football DFS tomorrow. First of all, there's not a lot of great games to play, right? You look and you go make your roster and you're overwhelmed with the number of choices you have at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, flex, and super flex. It's overwhelming. What I do is this sheet right here breaks it down for you. I tell you who is a good GPP play, who is a good cash play, who is a good high upside play. And then I also tell you if you should expect them to be highly owned, moderately owned, or low owned, right? You're thinking, hey, that looks kind of bare. Well, just so you know, here's my one from last night. This is the one I send out to all the members on my Patreon, right? Here's the Patreon right here. Boom, look, I already got 2 new people signed up since we started. If you want all this stuff and you want me to share it and you want exclusive content about who I'm playing, how I'm playing, and why I'm playing, you go check out this Discord. It'll be in the description. It's growing quick. We got hundreds of people over there. Great fucking community. It's mainly golf people, but we're turning it into a football and golf one, so come check it out. So here's my one from last night, right? Who was my number one guy I played? Spencer Sanders, the fucking nuts play. Who was the second biggest guy I played? Mason Plumlee. You see those asterisks by him? Because that was me telling my people, make sure you get them in your lineup. I know this shit. And when you do that, you basically already have cash wrapped up, right? So on to tomorrow, excuse me. So when I look at tomorrow, the first thing I take away is when there's a 14-game slate, you can be rather selective, okay? Do you need to play anybody from Sam Houston State? Fuck no. Matter of fact, if you're playing people from Sam Houston State, Rutgers, ECU, Colorado State, these teams that have, like, by the way, the number next to them is the team's implied total. Do you really want to play a guy that has a total of 11? Yes, I agree that this Adai guy has some high upside and could spike. But at the same time, his team total is 11. Rutgers is 20. And Rutgers is a Division I school in a Power 5 conference. That's why I don't have anybody on here. I'll probably add some people just in case somebody wants to run a game stack. But the key to successful college football DFS, you look at me and you look me right in the fucking eye. It's this simple. It's attacking the correct games. Last night, everybody attacked the Tennessee-Ball State game. Why the fuck would you do that? It's going to be a blowout. What you need when you attack a game is you need an implied total to be very high for both teams. Because, yes, you might run into a high total. OU UTEP tomorrow. Boomer Sooner, let's go. Boomer Sooner. But, like, that's dumb because OU is probably going to blow the brakes off of them, and they're going to fucking call off the dogs midway through the third quarter. That is not what you want. You need 4 quarters of badass scoring. And so the key to successful college football DFS is attacking the proper games and then finding the correct one-offs. What is a one-off, new guy? Great question, new guy. I like the cut of your jib. A one-off is when you're not playing a game that is correlated. It's just simply one random person from a game, right? Like a great one-off that I may love tomorrow. Somebody that I'm like, I will just take that guy and nobody else. Charbonnet from UCLA. I'm not really interested in any UCLA players, but he is a bell cow running back. He is on a team with an implied total over 40, and he seems to be the clear a guy that's going to be doing the pass catching and the running with a lot of touchdown upside. So that is a guy that I like as a one-off. I don't really want to run him back with anybody from Bowling Green, and I sure as shit don't want to pair him up with anybody from UCLA. I mean, you could pair him up with DTR, but like, do you really want to spend all your money on UCLA guys? Good fucking luck with that, Fred. So that's what a one-off is. But the key is to identify games. And you see this purple here? My editor did that. Isn't that pretty? You see these games that are in purple? Why are those games in purple? Okay. Well, the answer to that is simple. Those are the games you want to target. Why do you want to target those games? Another great question, new guy. It's simple. Those games both have decently implied high totals, like high totals from both teams. What does that equal? That equals competitive games. That equals your guys being in for 4 quarters and them still scoring in those 4 quarters, right? If the team total is 35, it doesn't matter if the game's competitive because no one wants a fucking 24-10 game. You're not going to score enough DFS points. It's college football DFS. You got to get those high scores. What did I do last night? What was my strategy last night? Play Spencer Sanders because he's playing Central Michigan, who is good enough to keep him honest and will run it back, right? That was it. That was literally why I chose him. Whereas I knew that Hendon Hooker and Tennessee were going to blow him out. Hendon Hooker was like 81% owned in cash. Why would you play Hendon Hooker, who's in an obvious blowout situation, over Spencer Sanders, which, by the way, they're the exact same player, just Spencer Sanders is cheaper and he's in a more competitive game? What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? You're just listening to tout sites. Think for yourself. Learn how to fish, you motherfather. I teach people. So, now that we know that, now that we know the games to attack, fuck looking at all this. By the way, if you want this whole sheet, it'll be updated and fancy and have every single game. If you want it to look like this, new guy, well, come. It'll be posted on the Discord tonight, so come check out the Discord. It'll be there for you. But for what it looks like right now is this. And what I'm telling you is focus on 1, 2, 3, 4 games, right? This one down here, these 2 I have highlighted because these are really good games for FanDuel. But as you can see, my FanDuel's fucking blank because like I haven't had time to look it up yet. I haven't had time to do the research. I spent all day just researching this DraftKings stuff. So why North Carolina, Appalachian State? Well, first of all, it has a decently high total. Both teams are on pace to score about 4 touchdowns. That's a good number. Furthermore, they have guys that are going to be clear, like volume cows, right? That the problem is that sometimes there's a competitive game, but a team has 10 wide receivers they love to rotate, right? Well, that's not great. We want all of our points to be concentrated in a few players. And if we can do that, well, then it becomes very obvious that's the games we want because there's going to be high totals and they're going to be playing all 4 quarters, assuming they don't get hurt or benched or some random shit like that. So games that you really want to look to stack and target and get guys out of is North Carolina and Appalachian State, a very close total of just 2.5 with some very clear options. I will say Appalachian State's not as clear, but North Carolina, it seems pretty clear who their good plays are, right? If you're not open to playing Hampton, if you don't have him auto-locked in cash at 3,000, their big recruit, what the fuck are you doing? All right, here's another one I love. Tua Tagovailoa. I know it's Tua's little brother, but I don't fucking know how to say his name. I already got the last name right. Accept it. Buffalo is on pace to score 21. That's what Vegas is saying they'll score, 20.5, right? And if they score 21, 24, 28 points, that is going to push Maryland. And the longer they can push Maryland and keep Maryland's number 1 offense out there and throwing the ball, that starts to make Maryland very viable, okay? Everybody's going to say, oh, Maryland's a blowout risk. They are. but they're also a chance that it's Maryland's defense and maybe they're not that good. And like Buffalo scores 28. And if they score 28, Maryland scores 52. Well, then Tagovailoa is the nuts play. And then you go stack him with the right two of these receivers, right? Who is the right two? I don't know, but I'm putting the names on there for you to consider, right? Maybe you make multiple lineups and you mix and match those. That's things to consider. Michigan versus Colorado State. You shouldn't play anybody from Colorado State. And when there's 14 games to choose from, don't get cute trying to pick the one random slapdick from Colorado State. But you got to be open to Michigan's great run game. Corum seems to be the starter. He's probably going to get his 120 yards and a touchdown or two, and then they'll pull him like they did with Ibrahim last night from Minnesota, right? So maybe Edwards ends up being the sneaky play. He's only 5,000. He gets all the scrub work in the second half. I will tell you, it's always dangerous to play a backup because everything's got to fall just right. He's got to be super efficient in those carries he gets, but it is worth considering. Bowling Green, just too big of dogs. Don't consider guys from there. UCLA, they have a big team total, so you got to consider it. Arkansas, I really, Cincinnati with everybody missing, we don't know what their offense is going to look like. I'm not comfortable taking anybody from there. Arkansas does have a 30-point team total, and, you got to consider guys from there. I would think Sanders at running back is going to be very safe. I think they will out-physical Cincinnati, and I think they will run the ball well. The big guy's getting the drink on. All right. And then the last game you really want to target, this one might be the best, and it might go under the radar. I don't know how sharp this community is. It's this Houston versus UTSA game. Both these teams were really good last year. Both of them have some clear stars on each side, and they both have pretty implied high team totals. So in a competitive game with high team totals with some guys, that really makes me like guys like Henry and Toon that seem like very safe plays. Maybe they don't blow up, but, man, they seem to have really safe floors. And you can see the rest of them on here. If you're wanting to look at my sheet, I'm not going to – oh, the last game. Ooh, that was the ranch water talking. BYU versus USF. Pretty sure that is a DK game. Am I full of shit? Hold on. Now I'm getting nervous that I'm talking about a game that's not even come on, come on, slap dick. Let's see. Who are we talking about here? Yeah, BYU. All right, cool. So they're on there. Yeah. And I feel like this is the last game you really want to consider. BYU has some very appealing options. I really like Hall at quarterback. If Brooks ends up getting the run to replace Algier, he's going to kill it. I'm not even going to say his name. That guy. By the way, they have a Romney on their team. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 people in Utah's last name is Romney? That's not a fact, but you fucking believed it. But you believed it. And USF has some decent running backs at 24 run backs, which, by the way, I don't want to assume that you all know what I'm talking about. A run back is just simply somebody that is, when you're stacking, like say you stack Tall and Nekaku, a run back is just somebody from the other team. That's it. That's all a run back is. They have some decent run back options. And with a 24-point total, at home, maybe that's a good one. So those are guys I'm looking at tomorrow. If you want to see the full list, well, I'll post them over on you want to see this one? You want to see the one that looks like this, where I literally picked every nut play? Well, yeah, come over to the Discord, you motherfather. All right, where are we at? The last thing I would tell you is college football, more than anything, man, just really try to focus on single entries, 20 maxes, 3 maxes, and cash game. Because playing in those big GPPs, I don't care how good you are at picking this shit, you still got to hit the nuts lineup. I had the perfect core last night. I had the core that was the nuts, and I just didn't make enough lineups to mix and match and get there. So even though I had the player pool, and I play a tight player pool, for all of you that don't know me, I play very tight, aggressive player pools, and even with that tight, aggressive player pool, it wasn't condensed enough to hit the nuts play. There you go. That's something to consider. Yeah, and I also do all the ownership, but I don't have my ownership out yet. Probably going to be later tonight and into tomorrow morning. So I think that's it. If you want more, go check out the Patreon. That's it. Let's get to the drawing. Motherfathers. This is to make a free lineup. If your name gets drawn, just simply send me either a DM over on the Discord or on Twitter, or just fucking email me, thedegenerate75@gmail.com, and we will get this lineup in tonight. This is for all the people that retweeted my shit on Twitter or left a comment. By the way, on this video, not in the chat over here, you motherfather. Hey, Pinnabo06, me and you are making a lineup, you motherfather. Just simply go comment, who is the best bet tomorrow? My favorite bet tomorrow is probably Utah to cover against Florida. There you go, Pinnabo06, me and you are making a lineup. That was him right there. Let's do the Patreon. These are all my mother fathers that support me on the Patreon. Here is their ticket. This is only the guys in the football Patreon. Justin Briner. I know that guy. He's good people. And then I'm going to do one over here in the chat because I really appreciate you mother fathers being here tonight. So we are doing 3 winners tonight. Boom, winner. Let's see who it is. It can't be Nick. If it's Nick, I refuse. It's Nick. Oh, my God. It was fucking Nick. I called that shit. No, Nick. No, you win too much, you mother father. We're doing another one. We're doing it. No, Nick. No. You're too, dude, you are the luckiest mother father I've ever met. You are the luckiest. No, he won again. Is he like the only one in here or something? Holy shit, what is going on? No, there's like a lot of people in here. Why does Nick keep winning? Why does he keep winning? What is going on? Wait, who's the winner? Oh my God. Hey, Chris, Arbos. Put it in the comments of the video, not in this chat. Come on, winner. All right, fuck. It's not going. Oh, okay, good. There we go. He wins. It's all good, Chris. All right, Alley 3, you win. Because I'll tell you what, Nick doesn't need to win anymore. Let's answer some questions. Let's get out of here. I got a hot date. Got to be consistent. Wade, you are right. I'm going to do this every Friday night at 7. I don't give a shit who watches. This is something I want to do. I love college football. Be here at 2:30 tomorrow. Watch some college football with me tomorrow. Georgia versus Oregon. There you go. Watched a lot of golf videos. First time live, motherfather, was a new guy. Hey, Terry. Appreciate you, motherfather. It's so fresh to hear that I finally found somebody new because, like, I have such a great little community here of people that are my homies and I appreciate. But, like, I feel like, am I ever getting through to new people or am I just talking to the same homies every week? So, Terry, it is nice to know that you're the new guy. And you know what? New guy. I like the cut of your jib. All right, second college football was awesome. Last night, Penn State game versus West Virginia. There was some great college football last night. If you didn't have fun watching college football last night, let me just go ahead and tell you, you don't love college football, you motherfathers. I had the over, so I made the call. By the way, Nick, how pumped are you that we backdoored that Oklahoma State game? I told you that was my favorite play, Central Michigan. And when they got up by 4 touchdowns, you're like, fuck it, I'm going to bed. And then you woke up and you realized the big guy was right. You're welcome, Nick. All right, let's see what Wade has to say here. The Georgia game tomorrow night, I really like mixing a lot of Georgia tight ends. If I'm going to play somebody from Georgia, Wade, tomorrow, I would play Bowers. But damn, I got to tell you, they really priced those guys up like some mother fathers. Georgia's 4 deep at tight end, yeah, but Bowers is pretty kind of the stud. You worried at all about those Utah boys playing in the Florida summer humidity? You know what, Alley3? That's a good question, my brother. That's a really good question. You know, I haven't even looked at the temperature, but I imagine Gainesville is going to be extra roasty tomorrow. That is a solid point. That's a solid point. Surely, who is it? Peterson? Who the fuck's their coach? Why can I not think of their coach's name? That little short guy. God, I can visualize him. Can't think of his name. He strikes me as the coach that would be smart enough to have them ready to go. My research is that Utah has been practicing indoors with wet balls. Don't make a dirty joke. Well, they're in Utah, so those balls are never getting wet. You know what I'm saying, brother? Oh, by the way, fucking Nick, thanks for another super chat. I love it. Hey, Nick, I truly appreciate you. I know you only do it because you win so much fucking money, but I appreciate it. Ohio State is a goon squad. Yeah, I think Ohio State has some. I think Ohio State's going to win the national title this year. There, I said it. And I don't even like Ohio State. The last time I remember Ohio State was Baker Mayfield planting that flag at the 50. You deal with it, Al Paul. All right. I don't like Oregon call on the bet. Bad matchup. You can say that, but like I'm telling you, man, there's a natural letdown after teams win the national title. And if there's one thing Oregon is, they're kind of big and strong up front. They got the linebackers, I think, to stop the run. I think they'll lose, but I think they can keep it within 17. And by the way, I'm not betting my fucking mortgage on that game. I think it's going to be ugly, and I think both teams suck. Okay, Georgia doesn't suck. You know what I meant. Brett says, what's the one game tomorrow you think's underrated that is going to produce a ton of DFS value? I really like that. If I had to bet my brother, I kind of like a sneaky game to be, I guess sneaky, I'd probably have to say BYU versus USF. I'm not convinced that BYU has great defense, and if USF scores 31 points, that basically means BYU now has to score, 42? That's the kind of games you want to be locked down in. Christian Smith, my 3-max were terrible yesterday. I'll try again tomorrow. Christian, just remember, anytime you do a 3-max, keep that player pool consolidated, right? You have to really make some stands. Basically, if you weren't on Plumlee or Sanders, or preferably both, you had no chance last night. And when you only do 3 lineups, you should almost always expect that 0 of the 3 will cash. Because for every 5 lineups you play, maybe one of them min cashes. That should be your expectations. Would you rather play games that might be closer like last night, or the blowouts where the starters are possibly pulled early? Chris, I have strong takes on this. I went off on it earlier. I truly believe you got to play games that are high scoring but competitive. That's why I took Spencer Sanders yesterday. If you played a whole bunch of Central Michigan guys and Oklahoma State guys, you did great yesterday. If you played a lot of Tennessee and Ball State guys, you did terrible. You got to play games where the shitty team can push the better team. This is what nobody in this industry talks about. All they say is, I like him as a GPP flyer. Well, okay, guy who plays $3 in lineups. Why don't you shut the fuck up? All right, Brent Hopkins, top game to attack. Already said it. I'm going probably BYU USF. If I had to have a bridesmaid, Buffalo, Maryland, or Houston UTSA. Terry Sarber. Who has the best chance of scoring the most points tomorrow? Man, the most points, Tua. I keep calling him Tua. I don't fucking know. It's Tua's little brother, right, from Maryland. If that game stays competitive, he's got a 6-touchdown game in him. They pass the pill. He's a good passer, and he has a lot of options. If Buffalo scores 28, you best believe Tagovailoa has a 6-touchdown game possibility in him. Wolfpack. Yeah, NC State, if they weren't going to blow them out, I'd like them. Who's the one guy you're playing tomorrow? The one guy I am definitely playing tomorrow is this Hampton motherfather, $3,000 min price guy from North Carolina. Sign my ass up. All right, let's see. Shuggy Style, need another mascot name like the Acute Angles. Well, let's see. I need a fucking slapdick school. Who's a good slapdick school? Let's see. Colorado State, the Fighting Mountains. They're out there. They're just they're trying to reach their peak every week. That's fucking bad. I'm sorry. I want to apologize to everybody that tuned in tonight. That was horrific. Can't make this stuff up. All right. Yes. Arkansas. Wait, he told me how to say this. I'm just going to say it, Arkansas. He said that's not what it means, but that's how I want to read it, Arkansas. Hey, message me tonight. We're going to make a lineup. Or let's probably do it in the morning because I got a lot of shit to do tonight. How did I get into your Discord? I'm computer illiterate. Hey, so in the description of this, great question, Terry. Just simply go click on the link, and then my editor will help you if you have any questions. He's a super nice guy. Or you could just reach him on Twitter if you're on there. I think it's at the Degen editor, and he will walk you through all that. Trust me, I get it. I'm an old guy too. I was like, what's the Discord? Well, you know what? Like, once you get over there, it's not so bad. I think most people like it. I get it, Terry. I really do. But like, you'll want to figure it out. It's just an easy way for me to communicate with people and post videos. J-Dubs, what's up, brother? You bet anything tonight? I bet way too much on Tip, Illinois. Nick, for the last 8 hours, I've been a fucking slut just slaving over this computer trying to get this thing ready so I can make this stream happen. And yes, I know that my numbers aren't 250 people like at golf, but like, I'm just going to keep doing it, and I got to produce a quality content, and you can only do that when you're prepared. So I didn't get to bet any games tonight because I spent all my fucking time getting ready for this slate that nobody even cares about till tomorrow morning. What the fuck is my life? Don't worry. Next Friday will be better because it'll be a regular schedule. The reason tonight nobody's here is because everybody's already watching this content. They just went and watched the slapdicks talk about, I like this guy as a JPP flyer. Okay. Someone's going to repost this. I'm going to piss off those tout sites. They're not going to sign me. Oh, wait. I don't give a fuck. All right, Terry. Second, I'm a diehard Penn State fan, but I agree with your comment that Ohio State's national champs. Man, I love me some Penn State. Of all the schools that aren't OU, the one that I've always kind of kept a wink, like winked at across the room, I've always enjoyed Penn State. I don't know what it is about Penn State. I've just always liked them. Like every year I find, okay, I wasn't cheering for them last night. That's because I bet against them. But even when they won, I'm like, fucking Penn State, man. What are you going to do? They're Penn State, the Nittany Lions, which I said this last week. I'll say it again. I was into my mid-20s before I realized their name was the Nittany Lions and not the Nifty Lions. That is a fact. All right, here we go. Shuggy Style, my dude. I loved it. Wasn't expecting anything that good. What? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, motherfathers. That's it. I still got a shit ton of stuff to do to get ready for my Discord. Go check it out. I appreciate all of you being here. I'm going to do this every Friday night at 7. Please come. Tell some friends. Share the word. I truly appreciate you. I'm shrinking this down so that I can go over here and give you my outro. I hope you've enjoyed this show. I hope to see you next Friday. And hey, you motherfather, I hope you enjoy my outro.